Pennsylvania lawmaker is once again pushing to eliminate Native American mascots from public schools.
The proposed legislation aims to ban the use of any Native American names, logos, or imagery. It's a move that could impact several schools right here in our region. Tyann Bell joins us now with more on this proposal. Tyann?
Sean and Jen, State Representative Christopher Rabb says this legislation is about protecting indigenous students from the harm caused by stereotypical imagery. And if it passes, schools like Bellefonte, Myersdale, Everett, West Branch, Cameron County, Conemaugh Township, and Brookville, all with Native-themed mascots, could be affected. Rabb says research shows that Native American mascots can contribute to bullying, harassment, and identity struggles among indigenous youth. The bill would prohibit schools from using names or logos tied to Native culture and provide grant funding to help districts transition to new mascots. Rabb says when he began his term 9 years ago, there were roughly 66 public schools, largely high schools around the Commonwealth, that had offensive mascots or team names.
My goal would be that we would have zero, and that the process of moving them from those names and images to something that was uplifted community values was done in a way that was not at great expense to those school communities, and actually brought those school communities together in ways that encouraged meaningful conversation and increased our collective literacy about indigenous peoples and eventually other marginalized communities.
Rabb has introduced similar legislation 4 times before, but this is his first attempt to pair the proposed ban with financial support for schools making the change. He says the goal isn't to blame communities, but to help them move forward with empathy and better understanding.
For this, so I've worked with, again, tribal leaders and other folks in Native communities, particularly young people who are non-Indigenous in high schools who have seen awful bullying and harassment. And a lot of this revolves around validation of images and terms and logos that are very demeaning and dehumanizing. And in this moment where there's so much division, I think there's a real opportunity to come together around shared values and ideas and imagery that bring communities together.
Rabb says there are currently a number of states that have banned or limited the use of such mascots for public school teams. Reporting live in the studio, Tyann Bell, 6 Sports.